am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
Oh man, CO. First
What we
show.
doing, man?
It's 2020, man.
Yo, it's 2020. It's the first show, the first come up of the year.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? We
Yes,
represent
sir.
hard on this one, Lloyd G. What's good, man?
And I'm gonna tell you, man, this is the perfect guest that we got to start the new year off right, 2020, man. So let's go ahead and give a big round of applause for my man Y.K Supe in the building.
Y.K Supe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, yo, listen, man, we gonna jump right into it. Supe, I gotta let you know, man, that I've come across a lot of different artists over the last, 20 plus years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just being associated with hip hop. And I gotta tell you, you were absolutely one of my favorite artists, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just the ability that you have, the style that you have. But I think overall, my favorite thing about you as an artist and as a person is the intelligence and the fact that you're just a stand-up man in general, bro.
For sure, man. Love, bro. Appreciate that, man.
Indeed.
You already know,
So
man.
I definitely want to welcome you out to the show, bro.
Glad to be here, man.
Man, so let's jump right into it, man, because the people got to understand exactly who you are and who we got in our presence, bro.
Most definitely, man.
When it comes to hip-hop, give me your fondest and earliest memory in terms of hip-hop, man.
My earliest memory in terms of hip hop, I would say, I vaguely remember it. My mom actually had to remind me. But when I was young, probably like 2 or 3, before I understood like really how to, write for real and different things like that, and you learn your colors. Back in the day, I used to have this Toy Story little boom box. It had like the little, you could put the tape in there, had the little microphone and all that. And let her tell it. When I used to like color or whatever, I understood my colors by then, and I knew what album it was by the color of the tape.
Oh, wow.
So if it was Reasonable Doubt, that's the blue one. If it was Life After Death by Biggie, that's the purple one. If it was Illmatic, it was the red one, and I used to pop the tape in there and just color, draw, whatever. So that hip-hop seed was planted pretty early, man.
I tell you
He
what,
just rolled
man.
off like 3 classics, like back to back to back.
Classics, you know what I'm saying? That he had the opportunity to listen to coming up. I'm talking about young. Before he could even really spell and read and all of that.
Right.
Let alone knew what it meant.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
So, you know what I'm saying? But what I heard is when you said that is you were around hip-hop at a very, very early age.
Yeah.
So that lets me know that somebody in your home was putting you on some of those classes,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Who was that, man?
Man, that was my mom, man. That was my OG, man. That's my mama, man, / like big sister. We grew up together, and having a young parent, I'm listening to whatever she got on, So if it was Biggie and it was Scarface, all right, cool. If it was Erykah Badu, Floor Tree, it's gonna be that.
Wow.
If it's gonna be T.I., if it's gonna be Gucci and Jeezy, it's gonna be that. Whatever was on, I couldn't touch the radio no way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I'm grateful for that, because them little seeds ended up growing and and helping me form into the artist that I am today, man. So shout out to her.
No doubt.
I think that you are really making a great segue yourself, you know what I'm saying, in terms of you speaking about who the artist, that you came to be. Now, for people who don't know, and as we get into it, you've had a long journey, bro.
Long journey.
You know what I'm saying? And so tell us where you're from, actually.
Man, I'm from Chicago, man, the east side of Chicago. But a fun fact, though, this is the first interview I'm actually making it clear. I used to live on the north side of the city first. And I used to move every year and a half, every 2 years. But the place where I was at the longest was the east side of Chicago. Man, people say from state to the lake, but it's from Stony Island to the lake. That's the east side.
Okay.
Clearing that up.
So, again, I spoke to you all, when we started, and I told you one of my favorite things is the intelligence of this young man. Now you actually graduated, high school, and then you decided to take your talents down south.
Yeah.
And pursue higher education.
Yeah.
So, what made you want to do that, and where did you attend, bro?
Well, first and foremost, I wasn't really too big on like going to college at first. I had 3.5 GPA in high school, but growing up, my grandfather was a barber. My uncles were barbers, so that was like a respectable job to have. So in my mind, I'm like, yo, when I graduate college, when I graduate high school, I'm gonna just cut hair.
Yeah.
But around 2012 in the city, it was like a lot of murders. This was a lot of stuff going on in the city. This is when they called it Chirac. I ain't calling it that though.
Okay.
But and then my mom was like, yo, I just want you to go somewhere. I don't care where you go. I just want you to go from around here. So I was like, all right, well, where you want me to go? Because I really don't want to go nowhere.
Yeah.
If I ain't playing basketball somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's when my high school counselor brought up HBCUs. I didn't even know what that was, honestly. And he was like, yo, with these type of grades and what you got going on, I feel like you'll flourish. And he called my mom. So when I came home, she was like, yo, you need to look into some schools. I'm like, all right, I'll go wherever. It was really whatever for the longest. And I'm like, but I want to see. Like, I never been to, it was Alabama A&M, it was Hampton, it was all that. And I was so tired of being on the road. I'm like, the first school we go to, that's where I'm going. And it just so happened to be Alabama A&M.
Wow.
And the rest was history.
Wow.
Because I was always wondering what your connection was to Huntsville, but you just explained it. And the roadmap is about to be crazy as we go on this this journey. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I first met you, was it the Metro PCS joint?
It was Metro PCS Cypher, yo.
So I walk in, I got my girls with me, you know what I'm saying? And he knows I'm an old school head, so lyrics mean everything.
Yeah.
We're going to break down some stuff later. And I hear you and another cat freestyle, and I go, whoa. I said, okay, we done got real again in the Ville. You know what I'm saying? So I got a quick question, man. Just, do you consider yourself a lyricist, a songwriter? Because when I listen to your music, I hear it float kind of in between the two. You'll kind of be flowing, and then you'll hit that last 16 and straight murder it.
I'm straight murder it. I would honestly say both because I know how to make hit records. I know how to freestyle. I know how to battle, and I ghostwrite for other artists as well, singers and rappers. So take Drake. Take Jay-Z, take Meek Mill, take Gucci Mane, slap them together, put them in a pot, sprinkle some Chicago, and here you go.
Okay.
And see, you know what I'm saying, that's something that you seldom find in terms of artists, specifically hip-hop.
Yeah.
Somebody that can, take you on the block, you know what I'm saying, and battle you, you know what I'm saying, and eat good. We got the Gumbo Network in the house.
Shout out to the Gumbo Network.
And eat good.
Eat good.
But also take you to the studio, make a hit record, you know what I'm saying, also deliver bars, substance, you know what I'm saying, and just overall make a good song, man. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you rarely find all in one particular artist, man.
It's all glory to God, because I live many different walks of life. So that's one reason why. And I'm just lucky to be born in the era that I was born in. I was born in 94. So like I said, in my younger ages, I was the original hip-hop classic, boom, bap, real rap was already embedded in me young, right? But then when you start to get older and you a little kid and you start to sing and dance, that's when we, Young Jock, Soulja Boy. You still can't tell me nothing about Soulja Boy to this day. I ain't gonna front, right? And then you go 2010, 2011, 2012 when I'm in high school, right? Well, 2012, 2008, 2009, throughout that whole series, the drill music comes. Yeah. Chief Keef, King Louis, all them, and that's part of my generation as well. And then I migrate to the South where I got to adapt when I start taking rap seriously because I understood in this industry, it doesn't matter how good you are as a lyricist. It's about can you make songs. And down south, I got that reality check real quick. It don't matter how lyrical you are. Can you compose this record that can make me move? Right. And just doing the studying that I was doing, I just ended up figuring out how to do it all to make myself a complete artist. So when my time comes, I would be ready. So like you said, if somebody called me out to battle, I can do that, right? But if you ask me to write, I got a song with Beanie Man and Kurt Cobain. It's a Caribbean record, right?
That joint is crazy, by the way.
People don't see that coming. If you see me battle at Valet Boutique on Jordan Lane, you wouldn't think I would have a Caribbean joint with Beanie Man that's thriving, right? But it's just being a music savant, is really what keeps me intrigued because it's not really about the money so much for me and all of that. I just want to be the best at my craft, period. And that has brought me this far.
And I share that with a lot of different artists, falling in love with your art form, with your craft. You know what I'm saying? If you work hard, the money will come, things like that. But do you know the ins and outs of the particular artistry? And just knowing that how serious you take it and how well studied you are just within music, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop specifically, man, that's something I take to heart and I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, as somebody who enjoys hip hop.
Oh, most definitely, man, and it's all glory to God once again, because when I decided that rap was what I was gonna do with music, I took it seriously. Like, you ask one of my friends, I watch interviews, documentaries, more than I watch cable. Like, for a minute, when Power was hot, I couldn't tell you what was going on with Power, because if I wasn't writing the rap, I'm watching the interview. If I ain't watching the interview, I'm reading a book about the music industry. If I ain't doing that, I'm watching documentaries of Rockefeller and Dipset and QC and Young Money, Cash Money, all that, like steady studying it, because while you chilling, it's somebody else, you know, who working, right? So keeping that mentality keeps me like, I gotta be ready, because I never know when my opportunity is gonna come, you know?
Man, that's powerful. Now, I want to go back to 2012. Now enters Y.K Supe, Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah.
Alabama A&M.
Yup.
Let's pick up from right there, bro.
Cool,
Tell us
let's
about
do
that
it.
experience.
All right, so we come down here to an open house. It's this thing called Sora. I didn't even go to that. I went to the open house when we were supposed to go on our college tour. I'm like, I ain't even know what Huntsville was, right? I never been to Alabama before in my life, so I'm thinking like country, middle of nowhere, farm, barn. That's what I'm thinking. So my whole time I'm complaining in my mind like, man, how I'm gonna take off and rap here, right? And I get here, and it's good weather.
Yeah.
It's beautiful women.
Beautiful women.
The food was good at a gas station. Never had that before.
Yeah.
Some of the best food, man.
We went in the gym. They done played Chief Keef.
Right.
I say, yeah. I'm like, Ma, this is school right here. She's like, we got 3 more schools to hit. And I'm like, no, we don't. We going back to the crib. I'm going right here. I'm tired of being on the road. I done seen enough. My mics done got dirty from this red clay. You know, like, this way it's gonna go down at. So I get here. And now in high school, I played with Anthony Davis. You know, like, I didn't play AAU on some of the people who are in the NBA right now, right? So I was chasing the hoop dream forever.
Real quick, that's Anthony Davis from the Lakers.
From the Browns.
He played with LeBron James,
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure we ain't missed that.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yep, DAD. My first manager is his blood cousin. Shout out to Rashai, FYF. And I get here and I tell myself, I'm like, yo, I'm in school. But, I mean, shoot, I see I ain't going to be the next LeBron James. I ain't grow. I ain't 6'5". I ain't. But I could be the next Jay-Z if I set my mind to it.
Wow.
So while I was in school, I just used school as a tool to elevate myself for music, right? So in HBCUs, we take homecoming very seriously. We take spring week very seriously. So I figured, I'm like, if I show that I'm the best rapper on this campus, then they should let me open up for these artists, which will give me exposure amongst my student body, which will help build my following, right? Which will help build my network, which will hopefully get me where I want to go.
Right.
With no direction, no team at the time, or any of that, just winging it. And God just opened door after door after door after door. And it was hard at first because being in a place where I'm not from, you know, not having much money, you know, struggling college student just like everybody else, and then trying to rap and learning, like, man, it take money, right, to invest into this. This is the music business, right? So now I'm grinding, working hard, getting money to go to the studio, you know, doing different things like that. And then after a while, I guess my friends seen me believing in myself so much and steady working, then the team starts to form. My boy Flock, who was just a DJ at first, which turned into lead producer. My boy Raj over there, who the head of security, right? And so on and so forth. So now God done put me with a team. Right. So now I'm feeling invincible now because I've always done everything on my own, record on my own. I done took the mega bus from Alabama to Miami on my own, this and that. So I didn't really need nobody to push me. I just needed some help. And right after I graduated, YKMG was formed. I got my degree in sociology with a minor in psychology. I opened up like 8 times. I opened up for Gucci Mane, Young Dolph, Juicy J, Meek Mill, I'm Young Thug, right? And at this point, I'm like, yo, rap, this is what it is, right? So when I got my degree, I graduated December 2016. My mom like, yo, you did it. What's next? And I was like, yo, I'm going to take off with my career in music, and it went from there.
So, Soup, I hate to interrupt you, bro.
Yeah.
But this young man, again, the intelligence, you know what I'm saying, came down here, formulated a plan, you know what I'm saying, and then while pursuing his degree, he was also able to put a plan together as to how he was going to make his come up, you know what I'm saying, with the music as well. Let's just get a round of applause for that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Take a drink to that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So now, with all of that understood, now enters the Who Got Bars.
Oh, yeah, the Who Got Bars and all that, yup.
And you set that on fire. That's the first place where I came in and I saw, like, talented after talented MC get on the mic and just display verbal skills that and they were artists from all different parts of the country.
That's true.
As well, you know, and you were really going for yours, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a cakewalk. There was some MCs in that thing.
That's a fact.
It was.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And so you were able to make it to be a finalist in the Who Got Bars.
Yes.
Now, I want to kind of take them on a bit of a journey.
Okay.
Now, here comes the next thing that we got. Radio station 103.1 We Up puts together a Cypher, Metro PCS Cypher.
Shout out to Metro PCS.
And there was some spitters in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So we went on a 3-month journey through different Metro PCS locations.
Yep.
And we had different ciphers. You had to qualify per round, you know what I'm saying, in order to make it to the next one. And then you make it to the final round, and you end up walking away with the grand title for the Metro PCS freestyle battle. Bro, that's dope in itself. But this next one, you got the Verizon, is it 50?
Freestyle 50, yup.
Challenge. Bro, you got to explain that to us, bro.
All right, well, let me kick it back just a half step. I want to make it clear for anybody
Certainly.
watching. I never won Who Got Bars, right? I won the juice, but I never won. But I'm glad that I didn't win because that put a different level of hunger inside of me because I was confused. Like, I was bringing my best. I was doing that more than my homework. Like, we had to rap like over 5 beats in a 3-day preparation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in my room all day throwing paper balls over the shoulder like I got to be, right? And that kind of turned my competitiveness up as an MC. So by the time 2015 hit, I never lost after that.
Wow.
2012 I lost, 2013 I lost, 2014 I lost. So I graduated in 16, so by 15, it was too heavy, right? So by the time the Metro PCS came, it's a whole different giant you dealing with because I done went to Atlanta, right? Doing open mics in places where I don't even know where I'm at, the hood, for real, where everybody know everybody and I'm winning. Now my confidence is up because out of 25 guys, you number one in Atlanta, right? And people bringing their whole hood with them. Atlanta support they artists for real. They coming in deep before Lotto Savage got signed, before Euro Gotti got signed. I beat these cats in open mic. So Huntsville was like, I can't lose, right? And then that's what ended up doing that. So after I graduate college, right, 2016, and I say that I'm going to pursue my career in music, 2017 comes. This is the year of the Freestyle 50.
Yeah.
And my grandfather ended up dying of cancer, God rest his soul. But he always wanted me to be an entertainer. He never cared about grades, none of that for real. He an Army old school cat. So he was like, yo, you an entertainer. Forget all that. So when he died, I took it seriously. And it just was like, I gotta make it for my grandfather. And this is when the Freestyle 50 challenge comes, which I wasn't gonna do. I didn't even know about it. I was going through tough time in life. Man, I lost my car. I lost my crib.
Wow.
I lost my grandfather. Man, I lost a lot. Every month I was taking a blow, like, to the highest level. And if I had more time to talk, I'd tell you. But I guess that gives us a segue for another part, too.
Indeed, yes, sir.
On the Come Up show, right?
Yes, sir.
No doubt, no
But
doubt.
so at this point, I asked God, I say, God, if music is really meant for me, give me a sign. And after that, a friend of mine tagged me on Instagram on this post, and I ignored it. And then my notifications just kept going off. My phone was in the kitchen. I'm making some noodles.
Yeah.
My pockets is low, so I'm eating noodles and drinking water.
Tell the truth,
I lost a lot of weight during this time, stress.
Wow.
And one of my friends called me, Mondo, who calls everybody trash, always cracking jokes.
Shout out to Mondo, man.
Shout out to Mondo. He called me. He said, yo, you seen what I just tagged you in? I'm like, yeah. He like, you gonna do it? They say the winner get $10,000, a song with London on the track, a singles deal with 300 Entertainment. I'm like, no. He like, what you mean, no? I'm like, man, I got to get my life together, man. I don't know what's going on, but I don't really know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And he was like, man, you already at the bottom. All you can go is up, man. You need to do it. Like, I know I say you trash. I know I say everybody trash, but you really got it, right?
Yeah.
So you need to do it. So I called my man's Fish, and I'm like, Fish, I don't got no money, right? But I need you to do the submission video for me for this contest. And when I win, I'm going to give you the money. And he like, yo, I done did like 5 videos today off of this. What you mean you just going to win? I'm like, I don't know. I could feel it. He was like, you know what, Supe? All right, and he pull up to my crib. I throw on my Lead Dog shirt. Shout out to my homie Lead Dog.
Yeah.
And I rap like my life was on the line. Like if somebody was like, by a flick of a switch, you gonna live or die off of this verse. I gave it all I had and I did it. And maybe 3 weeks went by and I didn't hear from the Freestyle 50, so I thought I didn't get it. And one morning, man, I get a call from this lady, Janice Green. Some guy just told me, boy, answer the phone. I answer it. I'm like, who this? I'm thinking this is a bill collector. She like, yo, is this Y.K Supe? So now, whoa, who called me by that name? Like, I ain't. She's like, yo, you did a submission video. I've been calling you for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Right? And this is going to be my last time calling you. So I decided to call you off my personal cell phone to tell you I saw your submission video and I think it's dope. And you've made it to the top 20 in your city. Wow. And if so, right, I'm going to call you back and let you know if you made it into the top 5. I throw my phone, I jump up like never, like God giving me a break, right? Fast forward through the story, tell me why. 10 seconds later, my roommate knock on the door. Like, yo, I got some bad news. I say, yo, what's up? He said, yeah, we got 7 days to get out. I say, wait a minute. I just paid my rent last week.
Yeah.
How I got 7 days to get out? He was like, man, I was behind on rent. I lost my job, so I was taking your half of the rent and doing what I could, but we under new management, and anybody who behind on rent got to get out. So I was like, so you mean to tell me I got to go to Chicago and do this rap contest, and I got to come back and find somewhere where I'm going to stay at? I'm like, yo, you know what? Just get my money next week. So I asked my homegirl to let me borrow her car because my car was broken down, right? And she like, yo, so you mean to tell me you want to use my car to drive 8.5 hours to Chicago to rap for 60 seconds for a contest that isn't guaranteed? I said, that's exactly what I'm saying. She like, yo, you crazy, but I believe in you. Here's my car, but you got to give me an oil change. I only had $100 to my name. Oil change $40. So now I got 60, right? Man. So my DJ like, yo, this sound like some movie shit, right? Yeah. I'm finna go with you, and I'm gonna help you pay for this gas to get there and back. I'm like, we ain't stopping to get nothing to eat, none of that, right? And but I had a job now, and I just got this job, right? So now I got to make a choice where I'm making $8.25 an hour out the gate, which is messing with my ego because I got my college degree, right? And I'm like, yo, I should get a higher pay, which I did after a while, but I'm like, man. So I tell my boss, can I get off? She like, no, like, you work with kids, you are like the unit director, like, no. And I went anyway, right? And we drove 8.5 hours and we made it just in the nick of time, right? Like literally, I had to be there at 12. We made it to Chicago at 11:50 downtown. We had nowhere to park. We gave the keys to some valet at some hotel and was like, yo, we got you when we come out. We running down Michigan Avenue. I've never been to the radio station before, so I don't even know where I'm going. I just know the address, right? I get there. Some lady like, yo, you looking for the rap thing? I don't know how she even knew. Oh, wow. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, go that way. I get there. Somebody holding a sign saying Y.K Supe. Like, yo, where you been at? I'm like, yo, I just came from Alabama. They, Alabama? This is a local contest. I'm like, well, I'm from here, but I explain it later. We get up there.
Said, I'm legal, man. I'm legal,
man. I'm from here, man. My mail come here, man. I get up there, man, and it's 5 MCs, and I'm just like, yo, I can't believe it. Like, yo, I gotta win. Like, I'm finna lose my job. I gotta find somewhere to stay. Like, I don't got no car. Like, this is it. This is what it's gotta be. And next thing you know, they say, you going to Hollywood. Woo! Right? They say that. Me and my boy driving back to Alabama. He's like, yo, what you finna do? I'm like, man, I don't even know. But what I do know, if I win, everything gonna be all good. Yeah. So I guess that's what we gonna do. And I went out to LA. Sway was there. Smack was there.
Wow.
London on the Track was there. Top from TDE was there. Russell Simmons was there. Big Boy. Everybody was there. It was like 5,000 people in this venue.
In the building.
And I ended up grinding and giving it all I got, and I just laid it all down, and I ended up winning. And that feeling to know how many times I lost and how many times I came up short, right? To win, right? It was a time when I ain't had no money. Take it back real quick, because I know we probably don't got all the time in the world, but at Club 47,
Yeah.
when I was in the midst of getting a job, they used to have a battle rap every week. In the winner of it, get $100, freestyling, right? I needed that $100. Gas to get to where I gotta go, food, some noodles,
Facts.
waters, hot dogs, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Trenches talk. We talking trenches talk. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
So I'm rapping my heart out every week. With to them, it was just like whatever. But for me, I'm like, yo, I need this 100.
Yeah.
I need it.
I gotta
so
get mine.
from all of that to win this and get a singles deal with 300 Entertainment, song with London on the Track, $10,000. It was actually more than that. You know, in totality, it was just a crazy feeling, and it's all glory to God, and that gave me the confirmation. Because if you remember, I say, God, if music is really meant for me, show me a sign. And what sign can you get bigger than that?